My name is Mr. Gift, and I'll be walking you through some steps on how to complete some document production tasks using Microsoft Word. We are going to be using a document production test or task sheet that contains about 34 questions that we're going to be looking at how to complete. So, watch carefully while I walk you through the steps. So, this is the first question, which is question 5 right here, says using a suitable software package, load the file m10eps.rtf. RTF stands for rich text format. Rich text format is just a format of textual documents that may not be able to include pictures, just for text. And the suitable software package to use is Microsoft Word. So let's assume you have all your files downloaded. Go to Microsoft Word, go to a new Word document, open Word, just like this. After that, go and look for that file and load it. If you download it, it should be in your doc in your downloads. That's the default folder where downloaded files are stored. So I go to downloads and I should be able to find the file right there, which is this N10 EPS. I click on open. Now the file opens for me to edit, to work on it. So I'm going to split my screen into two by cascading my screen like this, so that I can have a question side by side the document I'm working on. Let's go to step 6. Or question 6 says set the page size to A4. Anything having to do with setting of page size, layout, orientation, that is done in layout. So go to layout right here. You see size, go to size. It's currently A5, so I select A4. Click on it. Done with that. Question 7. Set the page orientation to landscape. The same thing, I go to layout, orientation, and landscape. Set the top, bottom, left, and right margins to 4 centimeters. The same thing, go to layout, from layout go to margins, from margins go to the last option, custom margins. Then erase what you have there, ensure that your unit is in centimeters because the question says centimeters. So I'll change this to 4 centimeters. I erase this for the left and type in 4. Use your backspace to erase this and type 4. And go to the right, also erase the 1.27. We are not asked to do anything to gutter or gutter position, so leave it as it. You let it. So click on OK right here. So that is it. I see the space at the top for centimeters. Click space at the left hand side, the margin 4 centimeters. When you scroll to the right, the same thing 4 centimeters. The bottom 4 centimeters. So that margin is successfully. Next question says save question 9. Save the document with a new file name to your work area. Simple. You go to file if you want to save a document with a new name, you go to file and click on save as to save it with a new name. So click on save as. Select where you want to save it. If you have a particular folder, fine, or it's better you can just easily quickly save it to your desktop. If you look for your desktop under your browse to my desktop right here. I'm going to save it with my name, which is Gift. And we'll call it Gift. Let's assume I'm in year 9, Gift 9, and so I call it Gift 9, and I call it classwork. But let me assume it's test and things, so I just say Gift test. Gift 9 test. Then you can see the format is currently, which text format is good, change it to the format of the software you're using, which is Word, so which is Word document. So you go to save as type, open it up and save it as Word. After that, click on open. That has been saved. Let's go to question 10. 10 says set all the text to a serif font. Serif font is a font that has a decorative stroke at the edge of the font. So, an example, anytime you have to use serif, you should use Times New Roman. So, come here, go to your home. But before you do that, select all the text you have in the document. Press Ctrl A on your keyboard to select everything. Then go to where you have font right here. You can type. Immediately start typing Times New Roman is easy to insert. So you see the name Times New Roman, or you open it up and download for it right here. Times New Roman, then you click. Or just type it in and tap enter. That has been done. Let's look at the next task. The next task 11 says set all the text to single line spacing. The same thing, ensure that everything is selected. You come right here, point to it. There's two tips that tells you what it does, line and paragraph spacing. Open it up. Single is the same thing as one, so you put it as one, which is single line spacing. You can see that the text are not together. More compact because you change the set it to the 1 centimeter spacing, the line spacing. Let's go back to the next question. Question 12. 12 says set all text alignment to be fully justified. Same thing, fully justified, or you press Ctrl J. This left align, center align, right align, and this is justified or Ctrl J. So you can see align evenly at both sides. Everything are justified. Let's go to the next question. The next task says what? Question 13 says set the font size of all the text to 10 points. Minimize, complete here when you have 12, font size, type 10, press enter. As long as your work is selected, you're doing all this while all the font is still selected. Remember, you must ensure that it is selected so that changes are selected. Let's go to question 14. 14 says place in the header your document, your candidate number, and your center number left line. Alright, so I'm going to also go to insert your header. Come to header right here. Make sure you use 3-column header, this second option. This gives you room to be able to type something to the left hand side, to center, or to the right, depending on where you are put the particular piece of information. Now let's see. Your candidate number and center number left and right. So I click here. I don't really have any candidate number right now, so I'm going to use my name, and I'll just make up 3-digit numbers for my candidate number. Now what I should do, the automated find name and path, take note and path, right align. I go to the right hand side, this is my right hand line. So I look for where do I find name. Find name can be found in document info. This is find name. And if you click on only find name, it gives you just the name but not the path. But the question says find name and path. I'm going to undo. For you to do find name and path, choose the one that has find path. That would give you both your find name. This is your find name. Gift. This is the name I use to say gift 9 text, the find name, and the path is where you can find the gift 9 text. As I say, it is a desktop. Desktop is the user's account and you guys see. The other way of doing it, let me undo. There's a different way of doing it again by going to quick. Then you go to field. You can also see field right here. Field document info. But let's just look at quick go to field. From field, press F. That takes you to find name right here. If you just click on open it gives you just the find name. But if you need to add the path, you tick this place that says add path to find name. You click on open. You see that before the same thing that will be able to that you quickly do by just pressing find name here. Any of the field that you are not using or placeholder, you remove it. So I don't remove it because I'm not going to need it. At least close my header. Let's go back to the next question. Question says place in the footer an automated page number center align. Today's date right align. Remember the position center align automated page number. The same thing I did, go to insert, go to footer, open 3 columns. For the footer, center you have to place one there, page number. So go to page number right here. Use current position, this one. You can choose any of these files, but use just the plain one. So this page 2. To the right, we are right align, we have to place our date. So go to date and time, we are here. So this is your date. You can use this first format of date, but if you are told to use a particular format of date, maybe a long date, you can use this, but let's use this date. You can tick update automatically. That means the date will always change based on any day you open the date, it reflects that particular date. So if I open this document tomorrow, it's going to be 4th of October 2025. That's what the date will be showing. Maybe this is date. Okay, so you can open already. This placeholder is not being used, the one for the left side. Take it off. Use it. Let's go to the next question. So make sure all the margin match the page orientation and margins. So let's see. Make sure all alignments because if they are matching what this it matches with this align together. Make sure that header and footer elements have displayed on all pages so that all the pages contain both the header and footer elements. This is page 2. It's appearing in both pages, so that's mention about that. Okay. Let's go to question 15. It says make sure there is a black line 10 points high after the word, take note of the word after each paragraph, and that the line spacing is consistent. How do we do that? Anything having to do with line spacing, you find it in home. So you come right here, point to that line spacing, open it up. But you need to go to line spacing option to set the exact amount of spacing that you need. So we'll go to line spacing option. They said after to the word 10. So I click on type in 10 here. I was not doing anything to do it to before, so I leave before at 0 points. This is the difference I noticed. And I click on OK. So it has spaced out the paragraph 10 points. Each paragraph is now like 10 points. Right, so that is done. Let's go to the next question. The next question 16 says, insert a blank line at the start of the document and enter the heading EKS Club News. So how do I type at the end here? I need to create a space. I put my cursor in front of behind P and tap enter. Then I can move my cursor up. That creates a space for me to type at the top. Then I type the title EKS. Remember you type this EKS capital letter, the C is capital, log, the N for news is capital letter for uppercase. Next question says set the font size of the heading to size 36 and highlight. Go to your type 36 here. Tap enter. Let's go to the next question. Next question says add the text report by followed by and add your name. Place this as a subheading below the heading. So how do I go down? Press enter and I'll type report by. So followed by my name. So I add my name. Next question says make the subheading, make both the heading and subheading to a sans serif font. Sans serif font is any font that doesn't have a decorative stroke at the end. An example is Calibri or Arial. So I can come here and type in either Arial or Calibri. Which one do you use? Anyone is fine. It's fine. So let me use Calibri. Calibri. So tap enter. So change the font to Calibri. These are the easiest version to go back to. Change it to the next one says what? Make this subheading italic. Only the subheading. So I like the subheading to go from italic. Italic is this I or control I. That's the italic makes it to be flattened. Set the font size of the subheading to 18. So I selected the subheading. I change the font size to 18. Not 18. Next question says underline the heading. So this is the heading. I select the heading and click on this to underline or control U. Underline the heading. Make both the heading and subheading right aligned. Alright, so I select both the heading and I change it to right aligned. This way you have the alignment. Please justify this right this way. So or control R. Change it to right aligned, which is this. Let's split our screen to again, right cascade. Next question says after the subheading, Format the rest of the document into two equally spaced columns. Two columns, equally spaced. Remember the word equally. With a 1 centimeter gap. Remember the word also 1 centimeter gap. Now, how do you do that? You need to select the text after the subheading, everything down. So you will select the particular. Alright, select everything. Alright, have it. And I go to layout. From layout to columns, you can just choose two. Choose to assuming that is what you need to do, but there are other settings like 1 centimeter gap that you need to set. That means you need to put in more columns. That gives you a way to do the other settings. More columns right here. Then you choose two to make it two columns. Then gap is the same thing as spacing. So you reduce the spacing to 1 centimeter spacing and you put the gap. Then ensure equal space, equally spaced column. So you take this equal column width to make both column width to be equal. And the width is 10.21. You are not to make changes to this because you are not actually make any changes. So just look at equal space and click on it. Alright, so you see your work is spaced two columns and it leaves a 1 centimeter gap. So this is the gap, 1 centimeter gap in between the two columns. Let's cascade our screen a bit. Let's see how we can read the question. Then it says, delete question 25. Delete the paragraph that begins the Power Kite School course. What is it? So you can actually start scrolling to look for that, but the easiest way to just look for something is to Ctrl F to give you find. So press Ctrl F on your keyboard. What are you looking for? Type it here. The power. Let me try what I'm looking for here. The power kite. The power kite. Alright, we're taking it in place here. This is it. The power kite. So was told to delete the entire paragraph. So I select the entire paragraph. Press backspace or delete on my keyboard to delete it. Alright, I'm done with that question. Let's go for now. Now let's look at the next question. The next question says change the list of basic safety risks to a numbered list. Make sure the numbered list does not have any blank line spaces between the items. It includes the text from do not attempt. So you can go to do not attempt or you search for it just the way we did the first time. But this document is not enough. I can click on this do not attempt. So from here down I select. I write all the ones to select the other ones. So stop here. These are the number list we're talking about. How do you add bullet point to it? No, you have to use number, not bullets. So you come here, you want to have a 1, 2, 3 of these numbers. Just click on it. You just add number to it. And you can still, by default, you add any space. You can open here. There's no space between it, so you can just add no space. Okay. Then it's not connecting it more. Now, what's the next thing I need to do? But the question is next question insert a table with 5 columns by this particular table and 5 rows. Here are some courses we have on offer. After the text, here are some courses we have on offer. So look for the place. You can search for it to go Ctrl F. Here are some courses. So this is the place. So after you take you have to insert the table. So right here, press enter when you click. So the table will be applied below it. When you started below it, how do you insert the table? Go to insert. You go to table. You can do this by doing insert tables and type in the rows and the columns, or you just come here and choose the number of the rows. Column is 5. Let's also make the rows 5 by 5 by 5. And you have to type in those text you have here. So let's type it here. The first text we have is learn to type. Learn to use your IT. Go down. Next one says cut. Next one says power height tester. Next one basic driving techniques. Advanced. Most of the topic we can actually because we have lots of things. Driving. Yes. Well, advanced. Mm-hmm. Followed by, if I can look at that, then we have 2 hours, more 80.0 for the cost. And the next thing I think is 1 to 1. Correct? Maxwell is what you have here. To your left, you have 75 for the cost. Next is 1 day calculation. Intermediate. Correct. Here you have beginner, 1 hour, 15. To 15, let's see, that is 50 going to the other. Okay, look at the 50, alright. And after 15, you have max 4. Okay, you have to. Here you have cost. Here you have duration. And here you have level. Okay, so then typing is accurate. Make sure the table fits within the column. So you expected that it should fit within the column, which is this, within the column. Okay. Using the text wrap where needed so that the text wrap means the text should flow into the left because of the flowing text. When needed, make sure text is aligned to the top of the cell if text is wrapped. Okay. But format only the text in the top 2 rows of the table to be centered and underlined. First 2 rows, so let's say that you need to know what the row is the first 2 rows, select it. We are asked to what? Look it to center it, centralize it to the center line, and also underline. But let's go to the next question. Okay, let's have begun. Then apply light shading, light gray shading, 20 to 40% to the top 2 rows of the table. So these are the top 2 rows. I will have to apply light shading. Where do I do that? Go to table design. You see shading right here. Then you choose, you can be moving, you see the shade of the this 5 darker pieces. So as you keep moving it, so this 35 is between the range. So let me use this 25 to 20 to 40 to 25 to 40. Alright, I've done that. That question is done. Next question says Mesh the set of the top row. So I select the top row to this. How do you mesh? You after selecting the rows you click, you will see mesh. It works like that. Or go to table layout or layout, and after selecting you just click on mesh cell so that cells are combined to one. Let's go back to geometry. The next question. Okay. Set all grid lines to be visible with lines 2 to 2.5 points wide from 2 to 2.5, which is 2.5. Okay. The same thing, how do you do that? You need to select the entire table. How do I select the entire table? By clicking on this. This select the table. Okay. The entire table selected, you can see. The entire table selected. Then go to table design. We are talking about the border. So go to your border line. You choose the set from 2 to 2.5. So this 2 1/4 is 0.2.25. 2.25 is within 2.5. So I can choose this. My feeling is already bigger than 2.5, the range of this, so this works. After selecting this, I can come to borders and apply all borders. So if I apply that width of 2.25 or 2.25 point of margin of border width. So this is the point. Let's put it on the screen. Next question says place the image M10 sure produced at the beginning of the target that says our S3 Sports Center. So I need to look for where our S3 Sports Center is. You can either look for it or you can just search Ctrl F our S3 Sports. The main idea is to see Sports Center here. Go to the beginning, which is either when you're at the beginning, so it should be at the beginning. That's it. Now go to insert, or you can go and copy the image and actually paste. Go to picture, I'm taking the picture from my device because I downloaded it already. I go to my download, the picture is right here, or go to download or wherever you downloaded it to your computer. Mine is right here. So, and I click on insert. So the picture is inserted right here. Let's go back to my presentation. Align the picture, the image with the top of the paragraph and the left margin. Make sure the text wraps to the right and below the image. Okay, so how do we do that? Select your picture, which is this. Go to wrap text right here. And how do you make the text to wrap to the top? Like that, you go to square, the square. So with square, you see the image and the text are wrapped to the text moves to the top of the image. So remember, use the square option. Square. Alright. Let's see the next question. The next question says resize the image to 3 centimeters high and maintain aspect ratio. Okay, same thing. Click on the image, which is this, or the picture format, which is already clicked. Then this is the height. I specify it to 3 centimeters. So I click on 3 centimeters, click on enter, so the image is resized because I don't care about the width, only the height. How do we ensure that aspect ratio is maintained? You can open up this part of the height. Advanced layer size options. Click on it. You see that this 3 centimeters for the height, which is what I specified, and this is ticked lock aspect ratio. It's ticked. It shows that aspect ratio is maintained. Alright, that's all for that particular question. And let's see the next question. It may look like this, okay? Save your document. Alright, that's it, I'm done with that is the last question. First, the 21st, I save my document. Alright, I click on save to save my document. But it's good to look through your work. See your work on the file. But what you need to do is good to ensure that some things are together. For example, this safety rule is good. You can actually push it so that it all starts together. So you can decide to push it to the left line. Use like an F1. So you can push it to the next line so that everything is together. Alright, so this starts together in the same line. So like this bullet points are together. Then you might also do the same for your table so that the table is not split into two columns. So also push it, which is lovely, so that your table is together in one place. Okay, and if you're sure about this, you go to every other thing is fine. You will see the work you're doing. You see, okay, yes. So this is how you look. Then you can actually send for printing to print your work. Print this to print your work, and that's it.